Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Brown's Latest. I'm Dave Grendzynski, and this is where you can come and get caught up on some of the latest news involving our Cleveland Browns and get a 10-minute take along the way. Thank you so much for commenting on all the videos, liking the videos, and subscribing to the channel. Coming up on today's show, we had our fun yesterday with the Browns schedule release. We always play the schedule game around here in Cleveland, and we like to have a little fun with it, which we did. But I have to say, there is a flaw in my opinion. So I'll share what I think is what I hate the most about the Browns 2025 schedule. Also, JOK done for the year, but we don't have to worry about the linebacker room if this one thing happens. Also, the guy who hated Baker Mayfield when he was here absolutely loves one of our rookie quarterbacks this year. And in the viewer comments, we are going to get from one of our viewers insider first-hand knowledge on Shedeur and Dillon Gabriel. So stay tuned for that. But first things first, we got to talk about the schedule, the serious thoughts on the Browns schedule. Yes, we had some fun yesterday. We dreamed a little bit. Hey, we live in Believe Land, and that's what we do here, folks. We just believe sometimes that crazy things might happen. But no, I don't think Flacco's going to retire after 4 games. And I don't think we're getting 2 number 1s and 2 number 2s for Kenny Pickett from New Orleans. And I don't want to wish any ill will on Dillon Gabriel. No pulled muscles for him. But here's what I think. I don't like opening the season with a division game. And we got 2 in a row. 3 out of the first 6 games, which I'm okay with, are divisional games. But you know, then you got Pittsburgh and Cincy are the last 2 games. That makes a little more sense. I would like to approach the NFL season how like college is. You should get some, you should get some thumbsuckers under your belt first. You know, the division is just too important, to be coming right out of the gate with this. Now, on the flip side, you can argue, well, you won't be any healthier than you are at the beginning of the year, so you play divisional games when you're your healthiest. So you got that argument going for you. And I think we'll be okay. I mean, we're going to have, it's either going to be, Flacco or Pickett, so we'll have an experienced quarterback starting that game against Joe Burrow on opening day. But I do think we could win that opener against Cincy. We always seem to have Cincinnati's number. Here's some of the other games. I think we could beat Pittsburgh twice. They're a mess. I seriously think Pittsburgh's tanking, so I think we can beat them twice. Maybe New England. I think we could beat Miami. I think we could beat the Jets. We always seem to get it right with the Ravens at home. We might be able to get them because that game's late in the season. Maybe we'll put some things together. And I do think we could steal one of the games from either the Raiders or the 49ers at home. I know I said yesterday that the 49ers beat us, blah, blah, blah. But that's a game I think we might be able to win. The 49ers, I don't know. I think they're in a tailspin right now. But the Browns are plus 25,000 to win the Super Bowl. You know what that means? $100 will win you $25,000. That's how much they think the Browns are going to win the Super Bowl. They're plus 3,000 to win the division. So if you think if you think my dream is going to come true, my dream from yesterday is going to come true, put down $100 and you can walk away with 3,000 on the division, 25,000 on the. I don't know if they're going to win a Super Bowl, but anyway, that's where it stands. Now, here's the thing. I don't care about primetime games. I like the 425 games better. It's just, to me, it's the same deal. You own almost, there's only one or two other 425 games. But listen to this, folks. Make no doubt about this. If Shedeur Sanders ends up being the starting quarterback, especially as we get later in the year, they'll start flexing us left and right. Charles Woodson, he's from Fremont, Ohio. He's, even though he went to Michigan, now he's trying to buy a stake in the team. Winning, yes. Winning is paramount here in Cleveland, but the brand and entertainment aspect of it all, it means something, folks. And everybody knows it. Everybody knows it. And so hashtag Shedeur effect. Everybody understands what that brings. And so everybody's all worked up about the primetime games. You know what? If this season goes like it could and Shedeur ends up starting games on the back end of that, on the back 9, we'll call it, we'll be flexed. There won't be any question about that. So There is my serious thought on the schedule. I mean, I do think we can win some games. I mean, I think as many as maybe 7 when I look at it. Because, I mean, we should be able to beat Tennessee, too. So, rookie quarterback, our defense, we should be able to beat them. So, that's where I stand on the schedule. Now, the one thing that we don't like is that the linebacker room is taking a hit. And JOK, we mentioned the other day, out for the season. He put a statement up and he said, well, I won't suit up this season. I'm focused on what I can control, my healing, my mindset, and my faith. The body may rest, but the calling never stops. And so JOK is done for this year, but he's not calling it a career. That's everybody's a little bit worried about that. But here's where that leaves us. I mean, this is why they drafted Carson Schweschinger. I think they knew that. I mean, the chances of JOK playing this year were very slim. But Schweschinger, I told you when they drafted him, he is JOK 2.0. I mean, he plays the same way. This is how they describe him: a strong coverage player, weather manner zone. He is very good in the run game, very instinctive, and a surefire tackler. He is a lot like JOK. And then in addition to Carson, they've added some veteran free agent. They signed some guys. How about Jerome Baker? They got him. He's in his 8th year out of Ohio State. He's a Buckeye. I mean, he's from Cleveland. He went to Benedictine High School. I almost went to Benedictine, but I went to Cleveland Central Catholic instead. Played football, basketball, and baseball. But I digress. But, I mean, he's been around. I mean, he was picked by Miami in 2018, and he's played in 104 career games. Last year, he split time with Seattle and Tennessee, played 5 games for each of those teams. And so, you have Jerome Baker with some experience. Jordan Hicks figures to be a starter. And then there's the Devin Bush situation. Now if it can get really dicey if the league comes down on him for his recent arrest, and so that's where it could get really tricky. I mean, they also signed Winston Reed. They have Mohamed Diabate from last year and Nathaniel Watson. He'll also be in the mix. But if Bush is there, I think we're okay. If Bush is not, this is what can save us. Somebody's going to have to step up, or they'll have to go out and sign somebody if we lose Bush for any time. So hopefully losing JOK, but they saw it coming. Drafting Carson Schweschinger, it would have been great to have them both on the field, but unfortunately that won't happen. Now, here's the other thing. How about this? The guy who hated Baker Mayfield when he was here, his name is Colin Cowherd. The guy who I just think he was looking for clicks when Baker was here. Well, you know what? He's got some really nice things to say about one of our quarterbacks. And here it is. Colin Cowherd says, Dylan Gabriel is noticeably smaller and thinner than Bo Nix. And Bo Nix is not an ideal size in the NFL. He is very, very small guy. He's a very small guy. That's what he's saying. Shedeur Sanders, he's much bigger and much better. So the Baker hater loves Shedeur. And Bo Nix is 6'2", 214. I mean, that's really not comparable. I don't know how he's comparing Dylan Gabriel to Bo Nix. Bo Nix is bigger. Gabriel's 5'11", 205. Shedeur, 6'1 and a half and 212. So, yes, Shedeur is bigger, a little beefier. But look around the league, folks. Bryce Young, Kyler Murray, both 5'10". And then you look at Russell Wilson, 5'11". And then you got a bunch of guys who are nobody's 6 foot in the NFL starting at quarterback, but you got a bunch of guys who are 6'1", like Jalen Hurts, Brock Purdy, Gardner Minshew, Baker himself, even Tua, Caleb Williams, the Bears quarterback. So I don't know, folks. We get hung up on this height thing with the quarterbacks, but I mean, there are more than you did. That's what it got me thinking. Like, there are more guys under 6'2" than you thought. So, but Colin Cowherd loves Shedeur for his size. And so, I don't know, folks. Like we say every day, we got to let this thing play out on the field. I was just surprised that Cowherd was showing love for anybody on the Browns, because he usually has nothing nice to say about the Browns, but hashtag Shedeur effect. Now he does. All right, viewer comments. keep getting better and better. And I promised you some inside information on our rookie quarterbacks. And this comes from JD Black FL. Listen to this. I'm going to read the whole thing. I thought this was so interesting. He says, I like Dillon Gabriel because I'm an Oklahoma fan. And he goes on to say that I don't see any drama with Shedeur, just media hype. From what I hear, he's fully focused. My wife's cousin is an undrafted free agent who's been around Bolt and says they're all business. Dillon's a mild, good-natured guy, but Browns players say Shedeur just has that presence. They've been told not to speak on internal stuff, but the word is getting out. People already look at him as a leader. Shedeur he's talking about. Even though he hasn't done anything yet, it'll all play out, which is what we keep saying. My wife's cousin played with Dillon at Oklahoma. He didn't like Shedeur or the flashy stuff from a distance, but now he's changed his tune, so something definitely made an impression. So it's going to play out, folks. And I really thought I'm glad he shared this. I thought that was very nice of you, JD Black FL, for sharing that in our viewer comments. And I think that's what's going on here, folks. There's a lot of stuff going on that we don't know about behind the scenes. And that's why we got to wait for them to get out in front of us and start throwing it around and playing. I mean, they're not even in Cleveland right now, Dillon and Shedeur. They're out in Los Angeles doing the NFL rookie premiere thing. So lot to go. I just thought that was super interesting. It seems like, what we talked about before, the locker room may be Team Shedeur. Spurtree 1, your general manager is a fool. You could have had Abdul Carter or Travis Hunter and Shedeur, yet you overdrafted a QB in Dillon. Haslam should fire Barry. Now, here's where I pumped the brakes on that. You can't really say that because you didn't really know Shedeur was going to fall to where he did. But I will say this. I have a feeling that if the Browns took Shedeur in the third round and then came back and maybe took a Will Howard or somebody like that, Ewers was still there, I think Browns fans may have been happier. Because you're going to be hard-pressed to find many Browns fans who are happy with that Dillon Gabriel pick in the third round. So we'll have to see how that all plays out. Lasha, 45-85. Cleveland fans, you have to admit it, preseason would be boring if Shedeur wasn't in Cleveland. Trust me on that. Here's what I'll say about that. Folks, people love the Cleveland Browns in Cleveland. It doesn't matter what's going on. We are going to be rabid about the Browns. So that's now. This year, the interest is heightened a little bit. You get more national media here and things because Shedeur's here. But in no way would training camp or preseason be boring. It never is here in Cleveland. But Lasha 45-85, I do appreciate the take. Vaughn Graham says, your takes suck. I'm sorry. I guess I can't get them all right. And then LaShawn says, new subscriber for a week now, but ouch. This was hard to watch. He was talking about my facetious play on the NFL, how the Browns' NFL schedule will play out. This is our show from yesterday. I guess he missed it. Because he also missed the fact that he goes on, Flacco retires after 1 week? No, I had Flacco retiring after 4 weeks. But that's okay. LOL, unrealistic. Yes, I know. I got through 4 minutes and had to go. Ugh. I just hopefully we got credit for you. That's all I can hope, LaShawn. LaShawn, everybody, complete. We call that the schedule game here in Cleveland. Played the schedule game yesterday, but I do think the Browns are capable of potentially getting 6, 7, who knows, maybe 8 wins this year on the schedule. There's games I look at and I'm like, I don't think it's as hard as, maybe I am in Believe Land, but I don't know. We'll see. But all right, that's going to do it for today's show. Thanks so much for joining us. Thank you for all the likes, for all the subscribes. Is that what you call them? And please keep those comments coming in the viewer comment section. Go Browns! We'll see you next time.